Hey guys, this is Danny Boy. So we are still on Tuchanka. This time we're facing Cerberus. And I ditched the Scorpion. I'm now using the Raptor and the Eviscerator. And this combination did not work very well. I was hoping that the negative 14% power recharge wouldn't be a huge deal, but it really affected my gameplay. It didn't make things too hard. Things just weren't fun, I guess, is the real problem. I wasn't able to charge as much as I wanted to. I wasn't able to play as aggressively as I wanted to. Rather, I played pretty much the same as in terms of aggression. I just wasn't able to get away with things I normally would be able to get away with because of the long recharge on charge. So, and yet still using Dark Channel and all that stuff. I will get into it more in a bit, but first some plot.
Normandy Shuttle, this is Lieutenant Victus with the 9th Platoon. Do you copy?
We hear you, 9th Platoon.
We're approaching the bomb site, Commander. Getting bounced around pretty bad.
This is as close as we get, Lieutenant. Look for somewhere to set your platoon down.
Copy that.
Talk to me about this Cerberus bomb.
It's not Cerberus, Commander. It's Turian.
What do you mean, Turian?
It was planted centuries ago, after the Krogan rebellions. The bomb was a safeguard against another galactic war.
Brutal, but it makes a certain kind of sense. Put the Krogan down hard if they tried anything.
Makes sense. Couldn't trust the Krogan to play nice. But right now, we focus on disarming that bomb.
Yes, but Cerberus found it. Detonation means all-out war between my people and the Krogan.
Right. Where is it?
Those buildings ahead. Cerberus brought equipment to dig it up. The 9th Platoon will cover your flank, Commander.
With all this activity, the Krogan have to know something's up.
Then we can't fail, Commander.
Copy that, Lieutenant.
So, judging by the artillery fire, we are storming the beaches of Normandy yet again. This opening sequence is kind of annoying because of the trenches. It just makes it hard to get line of sight on these guys sometimes, to charge, or to snipe, or whatever you want to do. I'm actually going to wind up dying once from a grenade, not that grenade, but soon. These guys throw grenades constantly. I was actually going to cut out that death, and I die again. I was going to cut that out too and make this one video. But even cutting those out, the video would still be over 20-some minutes long, so I decided, you know what, why am I cutting out deaths? Why not just make this a two-parter? This will be a two-part mission. And yeah, cooldown on charge was just too much. The Eviscerator just doesn't do the damage that I want. I'm used to... Not that I'm not used to it, but I prefer the damage of, say, the Raider, and it does just a bit more damage. And there we go, grenade. Died from a grenade. It happens. It only does a bit more damage than the Eviscerator, but that little bit is often the difference between an enemy living or dying. You know, either they die or they live with just a sliver of health. And that can be a problem. You know, that can really, literally bite you in the ass later on when they flank you and kill you. So, and it also just doesn't have the effectiveness at range that I remember it having in Mass Effect 2. And I did test it out in my target practice series. And it seemed to sort of fall off at mid-range or so. Really, even at mid-range, it wasn't great, but that's where it definitely was reaching its limitations. And I'm trying to use this generator, but it's not cooperating. I keep just taking cover, so I give up on that. And this guy tosses a grenade, but I was about to charge on him anyway, so whatever, you're dead. Enough of you. And again, this is an example of just not being able to get line of sight on this guy because of the stupid trench. So actually I'm going to take out my Raptor to try to just snipe him. But as soon as I do, he pops his head out, so I immediately charge. Just instinctually at this point. Instinctively, I should say. Grammar is serious business. So, yes, I am a grammar nerd. Anyway, this is basically done. There's a couple of Centurions. Double Centurions can be problematic because they both have shields. They're not getting knocked back, only staggered. And as you can see, yeah, I am getting shot. This guy is about to try to melee me probably, or who knows. And I almost die, but I managed to get through. Just barely. A for warp bombs. Biotic detonations. This is about done. And I'm sorry, guys, that I haven't been able to... Stop missing. To get combat videos out as often, but these plot videos are really, really time-consuming to make and render and upload and everything. And I was actually talking to Tundra Gaming Hub, a viewer, and he basically told me, and I had pretty much come to the same realization, that the pure plot videos really just aren't that entertaining. And to be honest, I would stop them in a second. I hate making those. They're really boring to make. Believe me, they're far more boring to make than they are to watch. So, but I feel like I've already started it, so I really should finish it. But I don't know, maybe I'll stop making those and instead start just showing the plot on the actual planets and maybe just a little bit on the Normandy, that, you know, the exposition from the previous fight, but just stop with all the party member conversations and stuff. I don't know what to do. I mean, I've never done this before. I haven't, like, researched anything. I don't know what other people do. So I just did what I thought would be right, would be the correct way to do things, I guess, and that's just show everything. But I don't know. I'm kind of at a loss here, but anyway, moving on. This room, normally I just do what I'm doing right now and kind of just flank these guys from the right. And here we're going to punch this guy in the face. Boom. But I don't want to just do that. I want to charge on people. But unfortunately there, and I don't really remember exactly how everything goes here. I kind of thought there would be turrets, but I don't really see any yet. And yeah, there are. I hate turrets as a Vanguard. They just prevent me from playing the way I want to play, and that is closing. I hate things that prevent me from closing. And turrets are one of them. So I'm trying to just deal with this turret. I mean, I don't have the luxury of sabotage. I'm being flanked. I'm getting grenades thrown at me every 2 seconds. There's a generator giving all those guys back there shields that I don't really see, so I'm not really bothering with it. I want to snipe it when I can. And right here, I was going to see if I could just kind of take cover around the column and just snipe this thing, but it almost killed me, so I gave up on that idea. Another grenade. Man. I was definitely bleeping a bit in my head, but I can't do that in the actual commentary. But there was much bleeping going on. Another grenade. Seriously. Screw you guys. Man. I could just go over there and eat their faces. That's all I want to do right now. I just want to go and I want to eat their faces. I want to eat them. So now I think things are relatively safe. But there's a Guardian. He's stupid, and now he's dead. Boom, headshot. So I'm going to start trying to charge on these guys, but that is going to absolutely seal my fate, because something has happened that I'm not aware of. At least that'll happen pretty soon. I thought it was coming up. Maybe in a moment. And there's a turret here now. Yep, my fate is sealed. Right now I realize I am definitely hosed. I'm done. Nothing I can do. There's a turret opening fire on me, and there's a wall behind me that I cannot jump over. And my party members are dead, and there's no way to control it or anything. So I knew right there that my fate was sealed. I am dead. And that sucked, because I was just about to beat that fight. Gotta love deaths at the very end of fights. So this is basically just going to be a repeat of what we just did.
No explosion.
But at least some good came from it, I guess. I missed the incisor last time. Granted, you can buy it later if you miss it, so it's not a huge deal. I will be attempting this differently, at least. I will be sniping. Well, first I'm going to avoid a grenade, but then I will start sniping over in this nice little... in this nice open spot here. Hello, goodbye. Taking out the shield generators, whatever. Hoping make things a little easier. Don't know if it really helped or not. But this is actually a great just lane, sniping lane. Imagine it would have worked even better if I had been using a different sniper rifle, one of the more powerful sniper rifles. Granted, the Raptor really does just fine. For a weapon that fires as fast as it does, it is actually extremely accurate, which I showed in my target practice videos. So you can get multiple headshots. It'll probably take quite a few, but you can do it. You can kill people. It does the job. It's just a faster firing, less damaging Viper, really. But this defensive approach is working fine. It's not really necessarily my thing, at least not as a Vanguard. I don't mind sniping, it's just not my favorite thing in the world. On a class that can just demolish in close quarters. So I see a Guardian's gonna be coming. But first, taking out this Engineer, got his backpack. Raptor is very good at shooting out backpacks from behind Engineers, because you can just shoot them like 6 times, and generally one of those will actually nick the turret on their back and kill them instantly. And for some reason just saw through the geometry, not sure what that was about. And this guy just does not want to come out and play. So finally, he makes a mistake, and he's gone. Just like that. And this is about done. I just checked my radar to see what was left, and I saw that there's just a turret. So I'm slowly going to whittle that down with my Eviscerator. I don't know why I chose the Eviscerator. One of these days, I'm going to have to charge on a turret at full armor and see if I can destroy it before it destroys me. Not that that accomplishes anything beyond saving a few shots of ammo. I'm still just curious as to how much damage I can actually do to one without dying. Ooh, Rosenkopf materials. I actually forgot to equip that. I have to do that at some point. I forget what they do. I think they do power damage or something. I'm using Ariake or Arieka or whatever. It's a Japanese manufacturer, so I would think it'd be Ariake. Like teriyaki, ho ho. Which is melee damage.
Control your enemies without them knowing it.
This is actually going to be a bit of running and plot, so I'll just cut out and then you guys can skip ahead.
Cerberus is putting up a fight, but the 9th platoon is advancing, Commander.
Good work.
I guess it wasn't that much, but whatever. So I am charging face first in these guys, which probably wasn't the best idea. Normally I'd be able to get away with that just fine, because right now my charge would already be recharged, but I'm at a negative 14% recharge right now. That causes problems, so instead of being able to just destroy these guys, I have to slowly try to think about what I'm going to do. And I probably should have used a lift grenade, but I didn't quite remember what was coming up, and I wasn't sure if I would find any more before the last fight, which I know is a little difficult. But instead, a pull and a warp bomb, a biotic detonation, does alright, but unfortunately, most of these guys were out of range, which was great. But finished that guy off with a quick shot to the face, gonna kneecap that guy. Actually, I believe I shot him in the ass, but whatever. Does the job. And we're going to drop down here, and now these guys are retreating, so it's really just me. Right now I'm trying to be thorough. It's just me, by which I mean being thorough, searching for stuff. Chasing after these guys. But yeah, I go over here, and apparently I destroyed that generator, and that almost killed me straight up. Destroyed my shields, very near death. Wasn't expecting that. There's actually a bunch of guys around. I'm kind of worried about the shuttle shooting me. Just guys on the shuttle shooting me, so I'm not really sure what I want to do. But now, charge is recharged. That's fun to say. And unfortunately, again, there was a bunch of guys over here that I didn't see that were being smart. And I'm actually controlling this one guy by just shooting him in the face repeatedly. That seems to actually take a guy out of commission fairly well. I'm not quite sure if that would work in real life, but it certainly works in the land of video games, shooting someone in the face.
There's a better vantage point up that ramp, Shepard.
And I don't know what this was about. They dropped off one guy, apparently. One assault trooper. Maybe he just missed the shuttle. I don't know. But now he's dead. And I think there's going to be some more running, so I'm going to cut out for a second, and I'll be back.
A planet killer, hidden under the ruins.
He must have been far enough underground to stay hidden. Cerberus had to dig it out.
I hope Victus knows what he's doing. We won't get a second chance. We gotta move, Shepard.
Commander, we're entering the bomb site. Moving towards the control station.
Roger that. We're on our way.
There was actually quite a bit of running that time. And this is just a couple guys running away, but I can't have that. So instead of letting him run away, pull to me. But wasn't expecting a turret to be here. I had forgotten about that. Kind of annoying that they even bothered with a turret here, because all it does is make things take longer. I mean, a single turret and a single engineer, is that going to cause trouble to anybody? No, it's just going to slow you down and make it take even longer to finish this mission. Again, running away, trying to pull him back to me. I never remember to use pull on this character. I'm going to wind up specking out of it, just because the only thing I would ever really need it for is dealing with Guardians, and I can deal with Guardians just fine by charging them head-on, knocking away their shields, and then shooting them in the face. So, don't really need it, but this is coming to a close, guys. All that's left is a bit of story. So thanks for watching, stay tuned for more, and have a good one.
They might be useful later.
Clever.
We need to hurry.